Hi everyone, Cheryl here. I wanted to chat today about some information that I received from Spirit, and it's regarding what's being called the creation chamber. This information came to me as a way of helping to manifest things, but also to stay connected to Spirit. And I'm going to share it to you how it was shared with me, and hopefully you can gain some benefit from this information. I find it all quite fascinating because it's certainly not information that I personally was aware of, and I always enjoy receiving messages from Spirit that help us, and I'm always amazed at how detailed the information is that I receive. I'm going to try and keep this a little more straightforward so the video doesn't go too long. Anyway, I was given information about what's called the creation chamber. Now, the creation chamber is a way of manifesting things, but it's also a way of speaking with the divine, speaking with Spirit, conveying our information that we want to convey, and also to send out our requests to the universe. So I'm going to backtrack a little bit, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the photon belt or the photon band, because this is also instrumental in activating our creation chamber. So we go through, and I'm not going to get into the technicalities and the timing of it, but I know this happens over thousands of years, that we are moving around in the galaxy, and we also pass through this photon band or belt, as it's referred to, which is brilliant light from our galactic center. And interestingly enough, when we are furthest away from the photon belt, we get sort of a time frame that is referred to as a dark age. The dark ages are referred to that time period when we are furthest away from the light, this photon light. And so when we are going through this photon band, we become more high vibrational beings. We become more spiritually aligned and more connected to that divine light. And a way of connecting to what we want to manifest is by using our creation chamber. So I was explained, or it was explained to me, that our brain and our skull is like a creation chamber in alignment with our pineal gland. And I was also told that our skull is porous, like all bone has a porousness to it. And I mean, we don't think of our skull as being that porous, but I guess when it comes to light and light penetrating into the skull, it can, when we're going through this photon band, it can actually penetrate gray matter and reach the pineal gland. So if you think of our skull as the shape of it and the roundness of it, and you imagine that light is entering from all the different angles, where does it go? It goes to the center of our skull, which is exactly where our pineal gland is located. Now, I'm sort of doing some sidebars here a little bit. When we look back at historical pictures, religious pictures, various landmarks around the world, there's often pine cones. The Vatican has a huge pine cone sitting in front of it. There are pine cones in Syrian reliefs that are showing winged genies carrying a little pine cone vessel. There's lots of pine cones throughout the world in various spiritual and religious sites as art or sculptures, and that is in reference to our pineal gland, which is our spiritual center. It is also where we can visualize and get intuition and have insight and tap into the divine. People like myself that use their psychic abilities are accessing this pineal gland more fluidly, more actively. And so your creation chamber is activated more so when we're going through this photon band, which is around this time period as we're entering into it, and the age of Aquarius. And so in order to use this creation chamber effectively, we have to do a few things, and some of those things involve meditation, and not so much to calm the mind or quiet the mind, but to de-stress, our thoughts, de-stress our body, de-stress all the chatter that's going on in the world, and help us to disconnect from the distractions of day-to-day life that can create stress. And so meditation is a wonderful tool for de-stressing on all levels. And the importance of de-stressing, to use the creation chamber, is that when light is coming into and through the skull and going to that pineal gland from all the different angles, the light rays have interference from our stress levels. So if our brainwave patterns are at a higher, maybe they're in a higher beta frequency and they're not in that nice relaxed alpha state, the brain waves are too fast, and it's interfering with the light that's coming from the photon band. And it, instead of having a nice sharp straight direct pathway to our pineal, the waves of light get wavy, and instead of going direct through the skull and our dome, if you will, and going straight in and hitting that pineal gland very accurately and lighting up our manifestation screen, so to speak, if that isn't happening, then it's like a missing target. The waves of the brain waves are interfering with the photon light, and it's missing the mark. We're not lighting up the pineal gland, and we're not using or accessing our creation chamber as effectively. So the idea with the creation chamber is to focus on what it is that you love, what you want, what you desire in your life. And, most people want good things. Most people want to have a good life, and they wish well for others. So if you keep that spiritual vibration high in that way of thinking, and you're manifesting something for yourself, but is also for your highest good, which in turn would be for the good of others, because something that's for your highest good is not going to be negative or have a bad influence on other people usually. So if you can focus on that higher vibration in your mind and visualize, and especially at bedtime, because and I'm leading up to another aspect of this creation chamber. Sidebar. So the sidebar is when we dream at night, a lot of people, and I was even taught as a hypnotherapist, oh, you're just dream venting, you're releasing thoughts from the day, you're letting go of the chatter from the day. That's not entirely true. Spirit has conveyed to me that our dreams are a way of communicating with the divine, and that what we perceive in our dreams is real information a lot of the times, with a vast amount of information, actually. And we can also communicate back to spirit and to the divine through our creation chamber. So we would visualize before bed, maybe doing a meditation, visualize before bed what we desire, what we love, what we're attracted to, what we want to have happen in our life, and all the good things that we want. And as we focus on that, that's the last thing that we're thinking about before we drift off to sleep. And so we are sending information to our pineal gland, in effect, because our heart center is connected to our pineal. And that strong love vibration actually emanates and rises up into the pineal, and then the light, the photon light, activates that pineal gland, and it shoots up through the crown chakra and goes up to spirit and to the universe and to the divine. And so we are sending information out as well as receiving information. And because, we are in a deep state of sleep, or we are in a state of, semi-consciousness when we're sleeping, those bits of information from the divine come to us in the form of imagery, because our subconscious, that is quite highly active at that time of the night, is not logical, is not, deducing logically that, oh, incoming information. It's not like third rock from the sun, information coming from the big giant head. It's not like that. It's conveyed to us in a gentle way, through a way that we can kind of make sense of it if we pay attention. So, paying attention to your dreams is very, very important for connecting to spirit and getting valuable information. I have kept a dream journal for 40 years. I have many journals. I write all my dreams down, and there is a vast amount of information that comes through. I date it. I see the storyline developing over days, weeks, months, and years, and the information I get is very profound. Now, maybe I access my psychic abilities more than the average person because I've honed it. I have natural abilities since childhood, or as long as I can remember, and I've honed it as a profession as well, and I do things to enhance it. But everybody can do this if you have a desire to do it, and you take the steps that are needed to hone your connection to the divine. And meditation, I know so many people say, oh, I don't know how to meditate. I don't know if I'm doing it right. And I'm so impatient, I can't sit still. And there's all these things that come up that act as a deterrent, when really it's very, very simple. It's just a matter of sitting quietly, breathing deeply, allowing the body to relax, and then focusing on wonderful things that you desire, and using your creation chamber. And so this creation chamber, and I keep referring to that phrase because that's how it was given to me. It was told to me that this is your greatest tool, your greatest asset that you can use to help you to manifest the things that you desire. And the more you do it, and the more relaxed you are, and the pinpoint light can get in and access your pineal gland, very directly without interference from worry, thoughts, and busy brain and distraction from the outer world and social media and um, news, all the negative things that are going on in the world. If we can just calm our mind, calm our body, focus on a strong love vibration and the things that we desire and the things that we want, the good things that we want in the world, we can create it. And you can manifest things much more rapidly when you can learn to relax. And so meditation is very valuable. It's often viewed as, oh yeah, everybody's sort of using it as a little catchphrase and it's a trendy thing and that people should be meditating. It's a simple act that you can do that you have full control over that is so highly beneficial for you that you can activate this creation chamber that will bring you so many benefits. I have been working with this principle for a long time. I have written and drawn out sketches from spirit that was given to me, and I was also given instructions on building a helmet or crown. Crown is a nicer phrase, um, but it's actually made with double terminated crystals, and they all are pointing again to our pineal gland. And I was given instructions on how to activate this crown and how it can enhance the creation chamber. It also activates and helps with the cranial nerves, the meridians, balancing the brain hemispheres. Um, anyway, I was given the instructions to build this, which I did. I think I built it back in 2015. And I've been told about the creation chamber that this crown actually enhances the creation chamber as well as healing in the body. It can actually increase and speed up healing in the body. And I have used this crown with clients, and it helps them to alleviate pain, discomfort. It helps them to feel calmer. It helps them to feel more balanced and not as stressed. And old ailments seem to be agitated temporarily and then they seem to dissipate more quickly and more easily. So I just wanted to share information today about the creation chamber. I may, maybe in another video, go into more depth about it and also go into more depth about the crown and perhaps even show it in a video. But I hope you've gain some benefit from this information. I love sharing information that I receive from Spirit because I feel like it can be of great benefit, not only for myself, but for others. And I hope you gain some benefit from maybe practicing some meditation and practicing, visualizing all the things that you desire and that you love, and that you can activate your pineal gland and the creation chamber. Have a great day.